You got into the safety business because you wanted to protect people, but somewhere along the way, the job started controlling your time, your schedule, your priorities, even your income potential. What if the expertise you've built over the years in the field can give you something more? More freedom, more control, more ownership of your future. I'm Sheldon Primus, the author of 7 Steps to Starting a Profitable Safety Consulting Business and the host of the Safety Consultant Podcast, with more than 350 episodes helping safety professionals become consultants and grow their career. Consulting changed my life. In fact, I'm a full-time RVer, and one consulting contract paid for my home I live in today. Now, I help safety professionals build their own consulting practice through bi-weekly coaching calls, accountability, and personal guidance. But this program isn't for everyone. Start with the Consultant Readiness Audit at sheldon.coach.
What if everything we thought we knew about safety was just interference? From the host of the Rated R Safety Show and the founder of Safety FM comes the complete Signal Transmission Trilogy, now available in one powerful edition. Safety, in my opinion, the book that started the conversation. Safety Mutation, where the boundaries of culture, systems, and belief begin to break. And now, Safety Transmission, the final piece of the signal. For the first time, all 3 books are together in one volume. The Signal Transmission Trilogy, Complete Edition. This isn't just about compliance. It's about consciousness. It's about decoding the way we think, lead, and live, inside and outside the system. Whether you've been following the signal since the beginning or you're just now tuning in, this is the version to own. Search Signal Trilogy on Amazon or visit safetyfm.com to get your copy now.
Welcome to today's episode of Safety Consultant Podcast. I'm your host, Sheldon Primus. Here's the podcast where I teach you the business of being a safety consultant. And we're getting close to springtime, right? In the U.S., parts of the U.S., we turn the clocks forward Sunday, March 8th. And springtime is going to be the 20th of March. This is a time where we think about growth. This is a time that we think that, hey, spring is here. So, okay, got a question for you. What are you growing this year? Yeah, I don't know. What are you growing? I'm in an RV. We don't grow much. But, growth is actually not just because of the season changing. It happens because for us personally, our growth is because you decide to move. You want to do something different. Yeah, we use milestones like season changes or birthdays or the year changing, and those milestones kind of propel us forward, right? So today I want to talk to you about why so many safety professionals stay stuck in learning mode. And learning mode meaning you're listening to this podcast, you're thinking about becoming a consultant, you're looking at other things, you're talking to a buddy who took the leap. Learning mode. What happens when you finally shift into leadership mode? That's our conversation for today, all right? So, with that said, let's go into the episode.
Sheldon Primus. Welcome to the Safety Consultant Show with Sheldon Primus, where we blend safety smarts with business brilliance and a pinch of Sheldon's signature wit. Whether you're a safety pro, a fresh-faced consultant, or just safety curious, get ready for a show that'll educate, entertain, and elevate your safety game. Let's dive into the art of consulting with your safety Sherpa himself, Sheldon Primus.
This episode is powered by Safety FM.
All right, so I got you guys back. So we're going to be talking about the changes that we're going to do for spring. Our spring equinox is coming in. So just want to get you guys thinking about getting out of the learning mode and getting into leadership mode, and specifically about starting your consulting business. So that's what I do. I teach you guys the business of being a safety consultant. That's the episode today. I'm going to teach you guys how to get out of the paralysis that would be about learning and taking some action, right? So that's the deal for today. So let's talk about some research first. So there's some research out there by Peter Sharon, and it's the research that he did. That word shows that up to 70% of people who intend to make a professional change never follow through. That's like crazy. 70%. You want to make that change and you're like, nope, I'm just not going to follow through. And it's probably for one reason or another. You're going to talk yourself down out of it. Oh, bueno. So let's get you some more. So that's they call it a intention action gap. You have the intention, but you don't have an action. There's a gap to that. So for us as safety professionals, it's kind of like you do the risk analysis. We're all trained on that, right? We're talking about risk analysis and how to reduce risk and what we do. And then if you were to do the analysis without doing the risk reduction, where does that leave you, right? So the same thing with your career, right? So you want to make sure you're thinking it through. Yes, absolutely. And then take the action that's going to reduce risk. But you got to take the action, right? So we got to look for, like our businesses, we look for what could go wrong. And then we are trained to plan before acting. However, for us, when you're ready to change in your business, that becomes hesitation if you don't take the action, and then that hesitation can grow and grow and grow. So there's also another study out there, that's the JAM study. So what research is showing on that one, my word with research today, is when you give people too many options, they're less likely to act. And for us, we're mostly in our business, we're perfectionists because we're trying to make sure that we reduce risk to the degree that no one's going to get hurt, and we don't want to just phone it in, right? So for us, we're really trying to get the right exact thing that we're going to do to help them. So the research on perfectionism from Flett and Hewitt says perfectionism is truly that point where you could start like hiding. Basically, that's what it is. So perfectionism, which a lot of high performers do, is strongly linked to procrastination. Protestation? That one. I can't even say that. Procrastination. See, I need some more coffee this morning. Anyway, so here's another one. I've been looking at a few of these because I was asking myself, why are people not taking action? So here's another one. Learning feels productive. Planning feels responsible, but neither one creates revenue. That's a great one. So what you call that one is productive procrastination from Adam Grant. You don't want to get into that phase of just truly trying to build that knowledge without taking action. And for myself, I actually did that. I started listening to Pat Flynn, who's a great podcaster and a person who is known for smart passive income. If you guys look that up, he's an awesome one of the people who got me thinking about getting into podcasting back in the day. I'd listen to him while mowing the lawn and stuff like that all the time. So I was in the learning mode during that time of what to do, just constantly learning. And after a while, I'm like, come on, you're just procrastinating. Ooh, see, another one of those words. So yeah, you want to refine things and everything else, but you don't want to have to keep taking another course, getting another bunch of letters in the alphabet soup behind your name. After a while, you're just, trying to build yourself up for something, but you're not doing it. So you got to do it, right? So for us, safety pros, you don't usually fail because of your lack of knowledge. You really would be more of stalling and not taking action. That's usually when we have our mishaps. So what you got to do now is you need that shift, right? Your evaluation, I'm sure of it, but you just need a little shift. And it's not you're shifting from ignorance to knowledge. I understand you got to get some knowledge down, but then now the hesitation is, can I do this myself? So you're looking at a security thing. The security part is where you have, I told a lot of people, when you're branching out, you want to do it a little bit at a time. On your days off, take a couple of clients. On your weekends, you could do some classes where you're actually hosting classes, getting money for doing that. That's going to be, when you start dipping into the leadership model. So let's pivot, though, from the mentality of I've got to work, I've got to learn, I got to do everything perfect. Let's shift your mindset a little. So being your own boss can give you some freedom. Yeah, that's the key. You're doing this for a reason, right? So for me, a lot of you know my deal. I'm a full-time RVer. Sometimes, like last year, or was it probably was it last year or year before? My wife and I, we ended up doing 5 months in Mexico, and I did a lot of my work over there. Honestly, it's wonderful to have that freedom when you need it. So for you, when you're thinking of transition, don't focus on the minutia of the job as much as what can this bring you? What does your family life look like? Are you taking care of an elderly parent? And which I did during this time period. And she needed us to be there, my mother-in-law. And it was great to have the opportunity to go ahead and park the RV next to the house and hang out there for as long as we did and truly take care of her. That's freedom. You can't do that if you're working a job in a different state. You would have to leave your work and then go ahead and get into whoever the elderly parent is, wherever they live. You have to go to them and take care of them through there. That's a lot of things that you would be losing income. So if you're following the thread, freedom comes from what you choose. So you got to think about the freedom. Another thing, the DC and Ryan model for self-determination theory. One of the things that they have is a strong sense of well-being as someone working is going to be that autonomy. You have control over your decisions. That's one of the strongest drivers of job satisfaction. The SDT, self-determination theory. So if you haven't heard that, go back to my episode with Emily Kyle. She's now Emily Kyle, but I think the episode has her, and her name is Emily Elrod before she was married. But she explains that to me quite a bit there in that episode. It was an awesome episode. So another Benson Frey 2008 study says self-employed professionals often report higher job satisfaction than employees. Not because they work less, because they control more. And it's a fallacy to think that you're going to start your own business and you're going to have so much extra time. It varies. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, but it's not the reason why you go in there. It's how you use your time, because you're still going to have to do classes, you're still going to take client meetings, you're still going to have audits you're going to do, but then you're scheduling that stuff, so at that point, you're choosing your client, you're choosing your pricing, you're choosing your scheduling, you're choosing your growth ceilings. You're not waiting for that 3% raise at the end of your annual bonus that comes in at the end of the year. You're not worried about that email that's going to come out and tell you how this business is restructuring, and now you're wondering if I got a job or not. All that stuff goes out the window because now you're controlling your life. All right? So, spring. That's the conversation, right? Spring is new life. It's getting you going. Growth is what you're seeing as you're looking around. You're seeing these buds that are coming on these trees, coming on these bushes, popping through the ground. Think of that in your own professional life right now. What can you do that's going to shift you from being a safety officer to a safety consultant? So, also leading into, I got you. So if you go to sheldon.coach, right now I've got a readiness form to help you figure out where you're at. You can see a structure of a safety coaching program I told you guys about a few times. And honestly, I've had a drive this year to really help more people. I know I'm helping you with the podcast, which is great. Please listen. And statistically, there's more people that listen than hit the subscribe button. So it'd be really, really a nice way for you to help me out is to hit the subscribe button and follow, if that's the terminology on your whatever you're listening to me to, iTunes or Spotify or any of the other programs. So what that's going to do is just going to help the internet algorithms find me. If you found me through YouTube, then go ahead and for you guys who don't know, I had a YouTube channel, Sheldon. It's youtube.com /@safety consultant. And you guys could see or actually hear the audio version of this, which will be video pretty soon. But Sheldon.coach, when you get there, you're going to see my beta program right now. I'm going to go out and I'm going to help people. It's going to help you with all that risk that you're thinking about. I'm going to help you where you're going to get some templates for proposals. You're going to get some training for me. We're going to meet every 2 weeks. And we're going to have a call, and that call will be one-on-one. 60 minutes to an hour and a half, depending on what kind of time and what kind of work we got to do. And it's just going to be us trying to figure out what suits you best. Where's your fit in this consulting world? And we're going to work through how to make you get to a position where you can work for yourself full time with reliable income. I can hold you accountable for some things, because we're going to talk every 2 weeks. So we're going to do clear roadmaps, priorities, scoreboard, going to give you some action to do between sessions so that you're able to truly have some help. So this is not for people who want one of those done-for-you services, or you're not willing to implement any action after our phone calls, or you're just looking for a brain-picking session. Not for you. Had to hit the cough button there. So, Sheldon.coach, SHELDON .coach, COACH. When you get there, go ahead and read the program so you can see all the things. I even show you what the pricing is. There is pricing for this. The reason is honestly, people who have skin in the game, they're going to truly, focus in. And you want to take that readiness audit, and that's going to help me to figure out what level do you want to be in. So we've got 3 different levels. A kickstart level, meaning you don't have any clients, or maybe just one, and you want to get started, and you're just learned enough and you want to get going. Yeah, you're my kickstart people. Yeah, so that's one pricing and plan. Momentum is those of you that have been doing this for a little and you're trying to, get yourself going a little bit more, get some more, some clients on a consistent basis. You're going to be in the momentum. And those of you that are ready to scale your business, you're in the higher up, we're going to spend a little bit more time together because scaling takes a little bit harder. And for the scaling level, I'm also ready to invest in you as well. So for those of you guys that are ready to scale your business, I'm going to help you guys with hosting some of your webinars and helping you with some training, different ways to have your training done. Going to also share some of my personal resources, and then also, not money, just some of the programs, the stuff that I use. And then also, you're going to be in a mastermind group with me. So we're all going to learn together during this as well. And what we'll truly get out of those of you that are ready to scale, you've been at this for a while, you're ready to be that professional, you're going to end up being able to grow a little bit quicker because of the scaling model. So again, Sheldon.coach, look through the 3 different plans. You'll see the pricing there and everything else. Take the readiness audit. Once you do that, that's going to give me an email, let me know that someone's completed the audit. I go through it, and then I'll choose who will be part of this beta program. Going to do the beta program first. I'm going to work with a few people. We're going to get some results, and then we'll launch this again. So right now, springtime is here. We're going to take some action. You guys are going to see me on the back end by going to Sheldon.coach. Go get them.
That's a wrap for today's safety show. Remember, safety isn't just about hard hats and caution signs. It's about business smarts too. Thanks for joining us on the Safety Consultant Show with Sheldon Primus. Until next time, stay safe, stay savvy, and keep consulting like a boss. Go get 'em. The views and opinions expressed on this podcast or broadcast are those of the host and its guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the company. Examples of analysis discussed within the past hour, only examples. It should not be utilized in the real world as the only solution available, as they are based only on very limited and dated open source information. Assumptions made within this analysis are not reflective of the positions of the company. No part of this podcast or broadcast may be reproduced, stored in a retrieval system, or transmitted in any form or by any means, mechanical, electronic recording, or otherwise, without prior written permission of the creator of the podcast or broadcast, Sheldon Primus.
This episode has been powered by Safety FM.
You got into the safety business because you wanted to protect people, but somewhere along the way, the job started controlling your time, your schedule, your priorities, even your income potential. What if the expertise you've built over the years in the field can give you something more? More freedom, more control, more ownership of your future. I'm Sheldon Primus, the author of 7 Steps to Starting a Profitable Safety Consulting Business and the host of the Safety Consultant Podcast, with more than 350 episodes helping safety professionals become consultants and grow their career. Consulting changed my life. In fact, I'm a full-time RVer, and 1 consulting contract paid for my home I live in today. Now, I help safety professionals build their own consulting practice through bi-weekly coaching calls, accountability, and personal guidance. But this program isn't for everyone. Start with the Consultant Readiness Audit at Sheldon.coach.
What if everything we thought we knew about safety was just interference? From the host of the Rated R Safety Show and the founder of Safety FM comes the complete Signal Transmission Trilogy, now available in one powerful edition. Safety, in my opinion, the book that started the conversation. Safety Mutation, where the boundaries of culture, systems, and belief begin to break. And now, Safety Transmission, the final piece of the signal. For the first time, all 3 books are together in one volume. The Signal Transmission Trilogy, Complete Edition. This isn't just about compliance. It's about consciousness. It's about decoding the way we think, lead, and live. inside and outside the system. Whether you've been following the signal since the beginning or you're just now tuning in, this is the version to own. Search Signal Trilogy on Amazon or visit safetyfm.com to get your copy now.